Hi guys, I know it's been a long time since my last time releasing a Tadc theory video. Now, I know that the series ended with the last installment of episode 9. I haven't watched it yet, so nobody's to spoil it for me. But I'm still not done. I want to know everything about the characters. So just take this as some kind of last dance, like last theory. Now, I'll be trying to dig through everything I have and make theories about them. Now, I'll start with the most weird character. Now, picking a theory for Jax, I couldn't decide which one was actually convincing, so I decided to include all of them. Now, first theory is based off the claims in episode 7 made by Abel, where he says that there are stasis pods in the CNA building that they made that work as both a life support system and transports you into the circus. Now keep this in mind. Another thing, in episode 7 we can see flashbacks from Jax's perspectives of cars and roads. Now some people put their brains to work and concluded that Jax was in an abusive family just like Ragatha. Now this actually makes a bit of sense, since in episode 5, in the bar scene when Ragatha was talking about her abusive mother, he just sat there silently looking disgruntled, like he can relate. And then one day he decided to run away, but things quickly took a wrong turn and a stranger suddenly hit him with a car. Now Jax somehow had prior knowledge that the stasis pods in a building actually have life support systems in them, so he decided to take his injured body to the CNA building. Now by the time he got there, his lungs were severely injured, and that's why he can only open his mouth at special times. Another thing is, in episode 7, Jax chose to stay in the circus forever, even though it was fake. That means that whatever is waiting for him outside, it's not pretty. Now this theory has a couple of stretched out flaws, but other than that it's pretty accurate. Now for our second theory, it's actually quite the opposite. It suggests that Jax is the one who actually hit someone with his car, a little girl most possibly, because when we see the flashbacks in episode 7, we can see the sign "Children at Play," and then he ran through a cornfield to hide from the cops, which probably why Jax gets nervous whenever someone mentions the word corn or shows it. Now, when Michael Kovac, he said getting lost in a corn maze. Then, after he ran through the cornfield, he found the CNA building, put on the headset, etc. And also, there are 3 more things that back up this theory. First things first, Jax looks like a little kid's toy, something a little girl would carry around. And second thing is that his room is just like a little kid's room, filled with bright colors and rainbows. And last and most important thing is that when Zobel asked Jax in episode 7 if there is anybody waiting for him outside, he looked worried, like he knew the answer, but his brain told him not to say it. Now, another hot theory about Jax is that he actually ran over Gangle in real life. That's why he bullies her constantly, to mask what he did. And he didn't want them to get out of the circus so Gangle doesn't die. Now let's step out of this really hot Jax territory. Let's check out other characters. Now this next character is pretty soft. Literally. We have Bubble. Now Bubble from the surface seems dumb and just a goofy character with no meaning. Also, fun but widely known fact, Bubble is voiced by Gooseworks, the creator of Tadc. But if you take a deeper look, he has a lot to discover. So let's take a dive. Now Bubble looks goofy, but some suspect this is practically confirmed now, is that Bubble is actually Kane's brother, Abel. But we can see that Kane consumed Abel out of jealousy. Now, if you want more details, check out any of my other videos. So Bubble is just a leftover piece of Abel, who started rage baiting Kane episode 8. Now, and another thing is that Bubble actually deleted Kane. You can see that in the code. Now, you're alone in if you want to see that stuff. I'm not doing that. Now, remember when Bubble kept saying, "You should die," and then corrected himself by saying, "You should throw a freaking beach party." Now, he wasn't lying, I guess. Another character we'll be exploring is Gangle. Now, I won't be talking a lot in the rest of this video because I've already talked a lot. I'll just cut some stuff out, alright? Now, we know about Gangle that she is a 26-year-old who wanted to launch her own manga-inspired webcomic, but had to drop out to work a full-time job at a fast food place. Now, there is a theory that Gangle is suicidal. Now, there is evidence which is Gangle getting hit by a truck in episode 5 and 4, being exploded in episode 5. Also, she got shot in episode 6 and dead. She just took one shot and then went to the lobby, I guess. But there is a theory that Jax actually hit her IRL. I don't think that's true. Now, I won't include Pomni and Kane since they're pretty obvious. Now, for our second to last character, we have Ragatha. Now, we know that she is 30 years old who lived with a wealthy but abusive mother who did a lot of things such as guilt tripping. Now, Ragatha is obsessed with petting cats, horror movies, and she also likes horses. Also, she used to own a ranch. There's a theory that's circling around that Ragatha is an NPC because of something that Kane said in episode 2. Now, I actually do support this theory because in Tadc, nothing is meaningless. Except you, of course. Now, for our second to last character, for real this time, we have Kinger. Now, Kinger, we know that he works as an employee in CNA who helped code Kane, who eventually made the circus. He is actually the oldest character in Tadc, standing at an astounding age of 40. He has actually been stuck in the circus for more than 18 years, which is actually creepy. And did you guys know that he actually hated bugs, but his wife Queenie loved them, which made Kinger also love insects and bugs. Now, our last but not least character, we have Zooble. Now, we know that Zooble is 22, just like Jax, but 6 months older. She used to work as a tattoo artist and a bartender for 2 years each. Now, we know he has body dysmorphia in real life because Kane gave him this avatar gimmick where he can swap out his, limbs and stuff, which is actually close to the IRL form, or at least remotely. Now, that is all for today's video. I've been away from Tadc vids because I've been cooking this monstrosity. If you liked the video, please remember to like and subscribe.